This podcast features adults using adult language. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Homebrewed. We are gonna get started into things. This is just another reminder that we are starting to hammer out all our tech stuff. So if there are mistakes that you see that we need to get fixed, be sure to let us know in the description or reach out over on our social media. As always, we are running a giveaway every week. Make sure you stay tuned to the end to see who won last week's giveaway. And to enter the next week's giveaway. All of our giveaways here on out should be running with at least 2 weeks between sessions. So you will have 2 weeks to enter, and then there will be another one with every campaign. So be sure to enter the giveaways, and they're super easy. Most of them are just share the podcast. It's not that hard. With that said, that's really all the news. Yeah, we're just going to get rolling, and hopefully very soon we'll be able to have our fourth player hop into the session. And yeah, we'll be getting started very soon with that. So yeah, let's get started with today. Okay, so last time, the three of you infiltrated is not the right word. You found a secret underground casino or gambling hall in the small fishing village of Makawari. You went in there trying to track down the trade master of Makawari, Puran. And he requested, after you beat him, all of you beat him at a rigged poker game, he requested that you help him deal with the bandits while also helping him clear up some of his trade routes to start getting taxes coming back in from some of the neighboring villages. So you all agreed to do that. You came back to see Puran in the morning, where he introduced you to his associate Choi. And after a little bit of shopping, you have reconvened with Choi back outside the Merchants Guild, where she is waiting with a really big, like, not armored carriage, but it is definitely like a covered wagon, and it seems pretty sturdily built, which, according to Puran's description earlier, there is some kind of safe mechanism on the inside of this wagon. And Choi is waiting beside the driver's seat, kind of just holding the reins for the horses as she's just scanning the trader's market that is this very central, colorful feature to Makawari. And as you approach, she kind of lights up and waves to you as the three of y'all approach. And she asks, a little bit less disheartened, she asks, are you ready to go? I'm really ready to get on the road. If you're ready to get on, I don't want to rush you, of course, since you're the ones that need to be more prepared, but I'm ready to go when you are, if you are. And she claps her hands and she says, "Oh, wonderful, wonderful. How do you all have horses, or are you riding with me? I'm fine with you if you are. I just wanted. Are we walking? Are we riding? How do we want to arrange ourselves on this ride?"
Man, I wish I had a horse.
We should have asked for horses.
Yeah.
Well, there is, just like looking at the wagon, there's plenty of room. Both, like, there's 2 people can sit up at the front by the driver, or 1 person can sit by the driver. So it's 2 people in the front, and then there's plenty of room in the covered wagon, or there should be, considering the size of it. But you don't know what's like in the covered wagon, other than probably like a vault or a safe of some kind.
I call the wagon.
I think I'd like to sit, yeah. I'll go in the wagon.
Okay. So Vitani, did you want to be in the wagon or up front at the driver's seat?
I guess we'll be up front.
Okay. And then Nathan, where were you?
The wagon.
All right. So
there isn't anywhere else to go, is there?
That's fair. So Choi kind of helps the 2 of y'all navigate, Eleanor and Nathan navigate into the back of the wagon. As you get in, you can see largely, like, taking up, like, maybe a quarter of this wagon. It's a really long. It's the size of the width of the carriage. Is taking up about a quarter of the covered portion of the wagon. And around it and kind of like blocking it are some really big sacks of like grain and rice that are kind of obscuring it, but obviously as you get in, you can see it pretty easily. And Joy motions and she says, I guess you'll be back here. I guess we'll shout if we need anything. And she closes the flap to the wagon and comes back around to the front where Vitani, I assume you've hopped up on the extra space in the driver's seat.
Yes.
All right. And she hops up and she takes the reins and she just with a quick flick, y'all are off and you are moving out of Makawari. And it's not a very long ride from where you are to the road. You are heading. Initially, you're heading north along the way that Vitani and Nathan, the two of y'all, headed when you went to go and help the farmers and hunt the Daholes. You start going along the road that you guys went during that expedition, but eventually you pass the rice paddies outside of town, and you head into a... If the roads were already kind of not fantastic around the farms, and they were kind of like marshy with like streams ebbing up against the stone paths, then as you kind of leave Makawari behind, it's definitely not a smooth ride as you pass into very a series of not irrigated or terraformed steps into a very marshy jungle. And the road that kind of navigates along the firmer hills and ridges that head through the pass or through the forest. As you are continuing it, other than it being a bumpy ride, there aren't really any issues. Choi seems to know where she's going, although occasionally you notice, Vitani, as the two of you reach certain like markers or certain more blind bins, you can see her start to tense up a little bit, as she seems to get nervous and defensive about like someone springing from around the corner.
I'm like,
okay. And then continuing, as Paran said, it's about a day's ride. And so kind of as you're going along, you can hear more and more wildlife. Mostly you can just hear like the lowing of water buffalo or the sound of boars heading through the underbrush as you continue to make progress through this jungly, boggy swamp of an area. And you eventually, about noon, Choi starts to pull the wagon off to the side of the road and ties off the horses. And there's a surprise there, apparently. No, Choi pulls off the wagon and ties off the horses, and she turns to you first, Vitani, and then comes around to the wagon and says, we need to take a break so the horses can rest. They can't push that hard in this kind of terrain. And she she hops up into the back of the wagon and pulls out a bundle that was tucked in from the rice grains, and which appears to be a sack of meals. And she goes around and gives you all something to eat for lunch. As you are all pulled over, she kind of waits a little bit before she starts fidgeting with her seat, and eventually she kind of sets her plate or her bundle aside, and asks all of y'all collectively. She says, "There's I trust that you all are highly competent fighters, but there's a chance we could make this a little less dangerous if if you don't mind, see, there's another path that reaches Pinamwa'u, but it would probably take us a lot longer to get there. Not too much longer, but I don't think that any bandits would try to follow us along a track like that. But I know it really well from living in the area. I think I can navigate us well enough. But I don't know. I mean, you're the muscle seems like a bad word for it, but it's your decision, I guess. I mean, if you think that we can handle bandits, then I trust you. But I don't know.
If you feel more comfortable going the other route, I don't care which way we go.
Yeah, it's fine either way.
Yeah, but just go the other way.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't want to put us too much out of our way, but I don't know. I think it'd just be a little safer. Well, it's there's a fork in about a mile, and she describes just like this hunter's trail. That's basically a deer path. But she's familiar enough with the area from being a local that she thinks that she can navigate the wagon through. But between it being a very not even an established road like the one you're on now, which is arguably barely an established road, this one would definitely be roughing it through the marshes. And it would definitely add at least another day to your travel just because of the difficulty of getting through the terrain.
Okay.
If you feel up to that, then I can lead. I think there's a chance that maybe some I don't know, Daholes, or I don't think a tiger would attack a wagon, but we might see some wildlife since the path isn't very well traveled. But I don't think it'd be anything serious.
That shouldn't be too difficult.
Okay.
Wonderful. Well then, when you're ready, we can keep going, and I guess we'll take the path. Oh, that was easy. I was really worried. And just as she seems to cheer up a little bit and start like packing up her things, and when you finish, she goes out of her way to like help you clean up and like put away any like utensils or any leftover food and like repackage it and put it back into that like hidey hole behind the cranes. As she continues, and then after a while, she continues. She gets back up on at the driver's seat. Sorry, I was spacing out for way too long. She gets back up on the driver's seat, and I presume, do you guys switch positions, or do you stay where you were?
Let's stay where we are.
Stay where I am.
I might as well stay where I am.
Okay. Then y'all all head back to get in the wagon. After a brief break, you guys hop back into the wagon, back to where you were. Vitani back up at lead. And in about a mile, there's a fork in the road. It's not even really marked. There's like a sign, but it's been largely like torn down. One does mark for Punameyu, as well as a number of other villages to the north and northeast where the road would continue. But Choi pulls the cart to the left, and y'all head with an almost immediate bump into the slush and swamp of the marshes, and pull along into the jungle even deeper than you were before. And you guys start bouncing along through some really unpleasant terrain. There are more than a couple of times when the wagon wheels start to get a little stuck. And Choi has to hop out, and you see her with a brief bit of magic cast something and pull away the mud, and push it away to free the wheels up before she climbs back up to the driver's seat, and y'all continue on. Vitani, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Okie dokie. Pull up the character sheet. That's not it. There it is. There it is. Cool. Yay!
It's a 21, either way. It's a good roll. Okay. So as you're sitting up in the driver's seat, having heard Troy mention that there might be wildlife coming along this trail, and having encountered the Holes before when you and Nathan went hunting a few days prior, you do start to notice first just tracks, and then out of the corner of your eye, you see those long-legged kind of coyote creatures that you fought a few days prior. You see a group of 2 or 3 of them kind of lingering just barely out of sight, but they are continuing to circle the wagon.
This is going to be fun. we got any type of food left over to distract them with?
Probably.
Yo, what the hell? Sorry, my cats are fighting and they fell off the couch.
You're good.
Let's see. Should I let? I'm going to let the others know that we are being surrounded by whatchamacallits.
Okay. You guys can just call them wolves if you don't want to call them the Holes.
No, I can't. Holes, yes.
Okay. So you lean back through the. What do you tell your friends back in the? Oh, you told. Yeah, sorry, you told them that you're being surrounded by the Holes. Sorry, you already said.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention. I promise. No, sorry. I'm also getting assets together because again, deleted them.
Okay. So I guess I take out my crossbow.
I shall take out my daggers.
All right. So as with Batani's warning, you start to hear, and I'm not gonna howl because the dogs are gonna get upset. My real dogs are gonna get upset. So yeah, after Batani's warning, you see the Holes starting to like lope closer and closer. They're from like the scent of whatever food you have in the wagon, or just the idea of hunting the horses. These very smart coyote creatures have decided that they're going to attack a very large moving thing, and are slowly making their way towards you. And so I need everyone to roll for initiative.
13.
Where's my initiative counter?
21.
You wanted to send the results to the roll to turn the tracker. No valid. Whatever. It's 22. No idea what just happened. Oh, okay. I didn't change the map. The map was changed. Okay.
Yeah, that was me. That makes it Batani's turn.
Alright. What am I rolling?
You are either attacking or moving, or it is your turn. You have options. What do you want to do?
Okay. Wait, how far away are they?
So each square is 5 feet.
Okay.
And then you have a movement of 30, so you can go 6 squares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be 6. So I guess I will go out and attack the closest one.
Alright. You should be able to move your token. If you can't, I can.
It's not letting me click it. Nope.
Try now.
L? Oh, yeah. I don't know which one's the closest. Is that one the closest? What? I'll just go here.
There we go. Okay. What are you gonna do? So you run up. You run up to the Dahole. What are you gonna do it?
Gonna. Oh, fuck, my eyeball itches. Alright. Character sheet. I am just going to attack it.
Okay. So roll a d20. What are you attacking with?
My daggers.
Okay. So roll a d20, and that should be. If we put in your daggers into your character sheet, you should just be able to hit your daggers.
Yeah, you can just click them.
We didn't put it in, so.
No, I mean, there's daggers here. I don't know.
Is it down under equipment?
Oh, whoopsie. That's not it. Equipment. Yeah.
You should roll a d20 and add 1 to start.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out what to do after you hit it.
Alright. Ugh, I got a 3.
Okay.
4.
So, you having seen it, you immediately lean back and whisper to your friends, and like, we're being attacked kind of thing. And then you jump into the marsh and start slog rushing all the way up to this Dahole, but unfortunately, as you get, like, up there, you kind of, like, start to swing, and while you keep your balance, you kind of slide a little bit. One of your boots slips out a little under you, through the mud, and you unfortunately miss the Dahole as it kind of, like, dodges back. And slinks away, accustomed to the mud. Do you want to do anything else, or this is your turn?
Oh, in my turn.
Okay. That means Nathan, you're up.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh wait, I need to put the fucking combat thing on the screen so everyone can see. Sorry. I forgot to put for the stream. I forgot to put the battle map up for the stream.
It's yeah, that would be useful. Let's see. Guess I'm gonna shoot at this one.
Okay. Well, you are currently the wagon you are in is covered.
Oh, so I'd have to get out.
Yes.
I'll go there.
All right.
And I'll shoot at it. Let's see if that worked. Nope, missed.
Okay.
Okay, and then I get back on the wagon.
All right. Initially you just hear Vitani kind of shout back, like, we're being attacked, and so, like, a little bit panicked and startled to say you were napping. You whip out your crossbow, you load it, and then you just gotta, like, fast lean out, launch a crossbow bolt, and then flip back in. And so you have no idea if you hit or not. Do you think anything else on your turn?
No, I don't think I can do anything else.
Alright, well, that means it is Eleanor's turn.
I don't know what's happening, so I'm going to sort of poke my head out and look around to try to assess the situation.
Okay. So when you stick your head out, you can see, well, you also probably just saw Nathan, like, fling himself out and then back into the wagon super rapidly. And so as you stick your head out, you see...
Yeah, maybe I'll give him a funny look, like, what the hell are you doing, dude?
So as you, like, start to lean out, as he's, like, we'll say he's rolling back in, like, he thinks he's super cool, you lean your head out. I'm sorry, Tegan, I'm picking on you. You lean your head out and look, and you see Vitani face to face with a Dahole, which Eleanor would know, but I will describe it since you weren't here at the last time we encountered these. Daholes are kind of like if a coyote met a maned wolf. So they're kind of like a skinny wolf with really long legs. But not as imposing as
call is cutting out. I missed most of that.
So it's like if a coyote and a maned wolf were crossed together. So it's like a really skinny wolf with really long legs.
Like a giant fox.
More or less, yeah. So you see Vitani facing one of the, they're a big, yeah, like a really big fox. So you see Vitani facing one with two other Daholes starting to approach her. To the right of the wagon, and then to the left of the wagon there is another lone Dahole kind of like circling.
Okay. So, yeah, is that it for my turn, or can I still do something?
We'll say that's just a bonus action because you're just kind of looking around. And you could do that in like a couple seconds. So you still have your action.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna use my animal friendship then.
Okay. One second. I'm gonna make sure that you. Oh, man. Sorry, we just learned magic today, so I want to make sure. Animal friendship. Okay, within 30 feet. Okay. All right. So you cast animal friendship on where is the spell centered? Because you can pick one creature that it's targeted at, and then any other creatures in the 30-foot area will also be affected by it.
We'll go for the nearest fox.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna call them.
Alright, so the one facing Vitani?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that 3 of the Daholes are gonna need to make a wisdom save. What's your spell save?
13.
13? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
in that case, you lean out and you cast Animal Friendship at the Daholes, and as one of them is about to reach up and bite Vitani, you see it immediately kind of recoil as you succeed in casting Animal Friendship on that Dahole and the 2 other Daholes near it. So what do you say that gets the creature's attention?
Hello, friends.
Oh, wait. It's just one creature. It is not the other 2. Sorry. So you lean out and shout at the Dahole, and you see it kind of like pull back from Vitani and turn to look at you as it starts to like tip its head and wag its tail in confusion. And it kind of looks between Vitani and you, Eleanor, peeking your head out the back of the wagon, and is just like doing the little doggy head tilts in confusion, like what, and just kind of starts to pant as it looks between you and its pack. Does that end your turn?
Sorry?
Does that end your turn?
I suppose so. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay. Well, then it is that Dahole's turn, considering that it is currently charmed. Is not interested in attacking Vitani anymore, so it will just kind of sit there. It is the next Dahole's turn, which is that. Okay. So this Dahole, who is not charmed, is going to 1, 2, 3, make its way over to Vitani. And it is going to take a bite at you. It rolled a 5, so I don't think it bites you.
I am wearing braces. You'll enjoy that.
What is your AC?
My AC.
Oh.
My armor class?
Yeah.
13.
Okay, yeah. So it rolled a 5. It does not hit you. So yeah, it comes running up and then kind of like splooshing in this like wet spot that you kind of landed in, Vitani. It kind of gets its paws stuck, and like it reaches out to bite at you, but it grapples right on that bracer and like tugs on it for a second before you flick it back. And it just kind of like yelps a bit as it gets shot back as you hit the back of its jaw. And that's gonna end its turn. It is the next Dahole's turn. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it is cannot reach, so that's going to end its turn. And then the last Dahole is going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is going to take a bite at one of your horses. That hits. How much does the bite do? I need a caltrop. Where's one of my caltrops?
Are you just talking about die force?
What?
You're talking about die force?
Yeah, talking about die force. So, while you were distracted, with dealing with this pack of wolves, the lone Dahole has come up and taken a really bad bite into one of the horses. You immediately feel the wagon pull to a stop. And Vitani, flicking your head back to look back over at the wagon, you see the Dahole dropping back from having bit a very large gash into the back leg of one of your horses. And it's not doing very good. And that's going to end that turn, which means it's Choi's turn, which immediately seeing the dog thing attack one of the horses, pretty severely injuring it, she is going to slide across the wagon. 1, 2, 5, 6, and she is going to hide back here behind the wagon, which she does not have enough time to get in, and that ends her turn. Which brings it back to Vitani.
Awesome. I'm surrounded. Let me see.
Mm-hmm. One of them is friendly towards you. That would be that one. Is currently charmed.
Hang on. I had my character sheet up. Which one?
This one.
Oh, alright.
You see it looking back and forth between you and Eleanor back at the wagon.
I don't have anything. Huh. I have a sleight of hand. I need to get back to the wagon.
You still have your dagger. You didn't throw it.
You could throw a dagger?
Yeah. But you didn't.
I'm gonna throw a dagger at the one attacking the horse.
Okay. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is currently out of range. You are too far.
I guess I'll move back a bit.
Okay, if you move away, you are gonna get the Dahole who attacked you is gonna get an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna attack that guy then.
Okay. Alright, so roll a d20 and see if you hit it. No more threes. No more threes.
Oh yeah, I wish.
There we go!
20.
Alright. Really quickly and instinctively, you kind of use the suction in the ground to help you pivot around, and swipe over the head of the Dahole that is now currently entranced with Eleanor, and you drive your dagger into the shoulder bone of the other Dahole across from you. Please roll for damage. Should be a d4 minus 1, unfortunately, because your strength is low.
1.
Oof. So, that's a 0. I'm sorry.
That doesn't make sense to roll twice for damage.
No, you rolled first to see if you hit it, and then you saw to see how much damage you did. So unfortunately with your -1, you dig into the wolf, but with as much, like, muscle and sinew as it has, it just kind of, like, squeezes your dagger back out. It is hurt, but it didn't, like, it can shake that wound off. It was closer to a flesh wound than actual damage. I will, because it's unfair for you to do 0 damage, I will do the 1 damage though, because that's not fair. Okay. Alright, let me actually real quick put in all of their health. Alright, everyone's hit points are in. Sorry about that. Alright, do you do anything else on your turn? Butani?
Nope.
Alright. Then it's Nathan's turn again.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot it again.
Alright, which one are you gonna shoot?
Actually, let me see. Yeah, I'm really only built to use a crossbow. Fun. Which one has Vitani done the most damage to?
I haven't done damage at all.
You've done 1
Oh.
damage. We said you did 1 damage because doing 0 damage is just not fair. So this is the one that Vitani attacked, and this
Okay,
is the one that is charmed.
I'm gonna attack that one then.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
I did
that was me.
14 to hit.
14 hits.
Okay. 4 damage.
There we go. Alright. So a little bit more prepared this time. You roll out and land and like peek around the side of the wagon and launch a crossbow bolt. And as Vitani's dagger is like sticking into it and pulling back out, you peg its other shoulder with a crossbow bolt, and it like limps back and pulls up its leg as it limps away a step.
Okay.
What are you rolling for, Zane?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to do the weapon thing.
Oh. I think you need a weapon for that to be in there.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. I'm like, because I see the thing for dagger and whatever, but when I hit those, it just gives me the information.
Yeah, that's in your inventory. You're going to need to put it in your attacks.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to do, and I'm like, oh, it's not working.
Okay. Alright, Nathan, are you going to do anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. That means Eleanor, it's your turn.
Okay, what happened to that wolf thing I've got charmed?
It is just kind of sitting there staring at Vitani.
I'm going to take some sort of food out of our supplies and hold it up and go, "You want a treat? Want a treat, boy?"
Make a persuasion check to see if you can get one of the Dahole's attention. Or which one are you trying to distract? The one that's charmed?
Yeah.
Okay, then that one is paying attention to you. That one turns to look at you and it starts wagging its tail. Not a domesticated creature. This is a habit we have, Emilie, of being friends with wild animals. But,
Yeah.
it is paying attention to you. It cannot currently move because it's not its turn. But it is paying attention to you and it will respond on its turn to whatever you tell it to do.
I'm going to tell it to convince its friends to leave us alone.
Simple instructions. This is a wild creature.
Take your friends and leave.
It can leave, and we will see if its friends follow, since it is a pack. Okay. So
Okay.
It's
Try
like,
that.
okay. So are you gonna do anything else on your turn, or is that it?
I think that's yeah.
Okay. So on the Dahole that you charmed turn, it's gonna turn and kind of like play bow real quick. At the 2 Daholes next to Vitani. I'm going to get a chance dice. It succeeds. A critical success on 1. Failed on the 2nd. It succeeds in kind of like sniffing and nudging this one right here who had not attacked yet. Unfortunately, the one that had already taken a bite and then immediately got thwacked. To the creature's understanding, it is going to, these two, to start with the one that you charmed, is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 start running away. That's going to end its turn. And then this one is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 start running away too, as it has been convinced to back out. The one attacking Vitani is going to take another chomp. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
It crit. I'm sorry. I crit.
So wait, you get to roll once and hit me?
I rolled a d20 to see if it was going to hit you, and I got a critical hit.
Now she has to roll for damage.
So let's see, that's 6, 12. It, in a fit of rage of being stabbed and then being shot, and it presumes all of this is happening by you, and then is abandoned by its other wolves, lunges at your throat, Matani, and does 14 points of damage.
It's Hulk Wolf.
And I think that means Matani just dropped.
Oh boy.
Wait, I have 13 armor class. Doesn't that stop anything?
No, that's to stop it from biting you. It went for your throat. It rolled a 20, so it hit you, and then it managed to get around your armor and bite you. That's what the 14 damage is.
So the armor prevents you getting hit at all, so if it rolls above the 13, then it hits you, and then you roll for damage.
I'm really sorry. Happy first combat, everyone!
Yeah. So I guess that means I'm out?
That means you are... Yeah, you are...
You're not dead.
You're not dead. On your next turn, you'll start rolling death saves.
Until we can get to you, and I'm a healer, so I can bring you back up. As soon as you have 1 hit point, you're awake again.
Yeah, but right now you are bleeding out.
No pressure.
And that ends its turn. The other Dohole is going to attack your horse again. Rolled off the table.
Jesus, how many hit points does it have if I only have 13?
The horse has 10 hit points.
No, I meant the...
Oh, the wolves?
Yeah.
The wolves have 11. The Doholes each have 11.
I thought he hit for 14 last time. Never mind.
No, it just did so much because I rolled a 20, and so when I roll a 20, I double it.
Oh, no, I meant his piercing. Never mind, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did you double the damage?
Yeah, I doubled the damage.
No, it's you roll damage dice twice.
Okay. 6.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you don't just automatically double it. It's just
9.
all the dice that you rolled for damage gets doubled.
9 plus 4 is 13 plus... It still ended up being 14 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Some people do it differently. This is the debate.
That's just how it says in the book.
Okay. The other wolves did succeed in biting the horse again. Your horse is down. As the other wolf, it just comes up again and again, bites in that wound, and your horse, with the weight of the harness on it and the damage to its rear leg, drops a knee and falls into the swamp. Not dead, but it is dying. Although I don't know how to give the horse death saves, so but right now it is not doing great.
You just roll a 20-sided die, it should be fine.
Just roll death saves for the horse?
I mean, if you want to.
Okay.
You don't have to.
I want to give the horse a fighting chance, Tegan.
Okay, well then death saves are just a die 20.
I know how to roll death saves, I just wasn't sure if I should for a horse.
Do you want the horse to instantly die?
You monster!
I thought you were for horses living. I thought you were pro horse.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Choi, who is freaking out, is going to jump up into the wagon and is currently hiding. That's going to end her turn. All right, Matani, it's your turn. I need you to roll your first death save. Roll a d20.
20.
20?
Yes.
You critical. Tegan, what does a crit on death saves do?
You instantly get 1 hit point,
You're back up.
I think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look that
No,
up.
that's right. You roll a 20, you get back up with 1 hit point. So, Vitani,
What?
the wolf comes at your throat and, chomps, and you immediately, feel you lose a lot of blood. But as you, hit the swamp water, you get, a burst of adrenaline, and you lock back up on your knee, and you are up again. Do you get a turn if you crit? Taken?
No, your turn's over.
Okay, so you are back up, Vitani, but your turn is over. I'm sorry, I'm having to check this.
Yeah, no, you make your death saves technically at the end of your turn.
Okay. So that is the end of your turn, Vitani, but you are conscious. Alright, Nathan, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at that same wolf again.
Alright.
Probably miss.
Yeah. So as you see Vitani, like, get hit, you get kind of worried as, like, the Dole is, like, hanging on her throat, that you are going to hit her. So you aim just a little bit high as it drops back, and your crossbow bolt sails over the head. But the Dahole, who has not yet noticed Vitani, like, getting back up, has turned and is focused on you now, Nathan. That makes it Eleanor's turn.
I'm going to use Animal Friendship on the wolf thing that's about to attack Nathan, and I am going to say leave us.
Okay. I need to roll to see if you succeed. It crit failed. Yay! So it rolled a 1. So it seeing you, Eleanor, it immediately kind of gets charmed by you, and like looks up and like kind of like refocuses on you leaning out of the wagon, and it like kind of stumbles confused, but it is listening, and on its next turn it will start to follow the instructions you gave it. So that makes it these Dahole's turn. We will say that they have officially left. They have run off, which makes it this one's turn. It is going to, under the instruction that you gave it, being charmed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is starting to run away. End of its turn. And it is this Dahole's turn. It is going to attack the other horse. 1, 2, 3, 4. It misses, fortunately. It like leaps up over the body of the horse that is just like fallen. And it is going to it lunges at the wolf or at the horse. But unfortunately, like as it's jumping, it like jumps over the horse. The horse kind of dodges out of the way, spooked. And the Dahole rolls off to the other side. And that ends its turn. It's Choi's turn. She is cowering. The horse is going to make a death save. The horse also rolled a crit. And defiantly stands back up with 1 hit point. Which makes it Vitani's turn.
So, alright, now you got like two ran away and then one's still here?
Yeah. So the one that was attacking you, Emilie charmed, and it is now running away. And then she charmed another one earlier, and it persuaded the Dahole next to it to come with it, and it did that too. So there's one running away, and there's one currently attacking your horses.
No, I can't charm anything. Well, I do got sneak damage. It's not paying attention to me.
It is not. It is currently attacking the horse, so it would not see you.
Would that be stealth if I walked up behind it?
No, you just add your sneak attack bonus when you roll.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like each turn takes place in about 10 seconds, so it can't really notice you within the 10 seconds you would run up and like sneak attack it. So you just add your sneak attack bonus if you hit.
Okay, go back. There it is. Yeah. sneak attack. No, what I meant is, like, am I clicking stealth for this?
No, you are just rolling to attack it.
Okay. Yes, 20.
That will hit.
Not 20. 17. And 19.
What are you rolling?
The dagger attack. Because, right, I rolled a d20 to see if I would hit, and then I roll for damage?
Yeah, but you roll a d4 for your dagger.
Oh, right. D4 dagger. 1 again.
But
you're broken.
You're doing sneak attack, right? So you had your sneak attack dice.
I don't.
Which is a 1d6. So roll another d6 and add that on.
6.
There we go. All right. So it is -1 because of your strength. So that's 6 points of damage, though. So you come up, and as the wolf, the Dahole is like turning around to attack the horse again, you come up and catch it off guard and like stab it in its spine and yank it back to pull its attention away as it takes 6 points of damage. And it kind of limps back, like bloodied on its back, as it turns around and like snaps at you. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
All right. So Nathan, you're up.
Okay. I can still shoot it from here.
Mm-hmm.
So shoot it. And
that
19.
That hits.
For 3 damage.
All right. Do you have any pluses, or it's just straight 3?
That should be all of my pluses added in.
Okay.
Let me double check.
I'm just making sure.
Yes, it's 2 plus my dex. Okay. Wait, no, that's not correct. No. 1 die 8 plus 2, which is my dex. I rolled a 1.
Okay. And this is are you using the +1 crossbow?
I don't have a +1 crossbow. Did I get that?
I thought Eleanor gave it to you last session.
I don't remember getting one.
Eleanor, did you give the +1 crossbow to Nathan?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I remembered you getting the +1. Like at
okay,
the end
then that will be 4 damage.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to retroactively give you.
No, you're fine. Let me just add that in. Okay, but that would be 4 damage then.
4 damage. Okay. So as Vitani comes around and yanks the Hole back, you whip around with your crossbow, and you peg it on its quarters, on its back legs, and it like you see it like its legs sweep underneath it for a second as the force of the crossbow like sends it tumbling to the side, and it turns around and it is staggering pretty heavily. Is that in your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. The other Dahole is going to run off. This Dahole is going to take a swing at Vitani. Rolled a 12. That doesn't hit, right? Your AC is 13.
Yeah.
Alright, so like super injured, it's like limping. It pushes off to bite you, but it puts all its weight on that injured leg that Nathan just hit, and it crumples back to the ground. And it misses. So that's gonna end its turn. Troy's gonna stay, so that means top of the order, it's Vitani.
Alright. Try to finish it off since it didn't want to run away. Mistakes were clearly made here.
Alright, so how do you finish it off?
I'll push it over. No, okay. Alright, let's...
Oh, you don't even need to roll damage, because you would do double damage, and it has 1 hit point. So, like...
Yeah.
No matter what you do, it's dead. So, how do you execute this thing?
I'm gonna close its eyes and just kind of push it and let the swamp take it over. Just shh, it's okay.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so as the Dahole like is limping and leans kind of back, you just take it by its head and just like carefully press your dagger on its throat, and just like peacefully like push it and let it be taken over by the swamp, and you see it kind of not immediately, but slowly its weight sinks into the marshes, and it passes peacefully. And that's all the dogs. Okay. No, not the women.
I'm gonna go back to bleeding on the carriage. This is all your fault. We could have been dealing with bandits.
Are you coming in shouting at Choi?
Yes.
Okay. She starts cowering. She's like, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought it would be safer. I'm sorry."
It's a good thing we bought those potions.
Yeah.
Freaking potions.
I can make a healing salve.
Yeah, you do also have a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I'll make that since I can do it once per day, and you get to heal 2d4 hit points.
Plus your wisdom mod.
2d4, so that's 2 plus my wisdom mod. You heal 5 health.
Okay.
Oh joy. Uses 6 health points.
It's better than nothing, because you're at 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of other creatures at 1 hit point, as you guys are mending up, so Nathan, you take a little bit to get the stuff together and prepare the healer salve. You start applying it and helping Vitani kind of recover from her big neck gash. Vitani, you're probably gonna have like a really big like bite mark scar, but you'll be fine. As you are working on that, Choi comes around to the front of the wagon to check on the horses and kind of like try to get you moving out of here. And as she stops and just like you hear like a high pitched scream before she starts kind of weeping over the horse. Like, no, fuck, I don't know what to call the horse. Mana, you can't be. No, you can't be hurt like this. And she starts like hyperventilating, and she turns and she looks back at you, Nathan. She's like, you have to help. You have to help Fauna. We can't lose him. We'll be stuck out. Oh no.
Don't we have potions? I can't really heal it.
I mean, it's not dead. It is very hurt. It is not a dead horse, though.
No, I'm not saying it isn't. I can't heal the hit point.
I know. I'm just letting you guys know. The horse is not dead. It is just very hurt.
Yeah. Are there any things I can use to make what were they called? Berry things.
If you had spell slots left, you used both of your spell slots casting Animal Friendship.
Okay, and I'm useless in this situation.
Do we have any potions?
You guys did buy potions, and you won a couple potions.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the potions work on horses?
Oh my god, get out of here. We won.
Probably.
They're magical, sure.
Yeah, they're magical. I don't see why they wouldn't. They wouldn't be able to hurt or help a horse.
Alright, let's use one of those on the horse. Excuse you.
Right.
Can I help you?
And that should be 2d4 as well, right? There's a 4d4. Fuck.
I think it's 2d4.
It's 2d4? I think it's 2d4 plus 2. Because it's what I based healer cells on, this basic health potion. Okay. Well, I crit failed both of my rolls, so, the horse does not take super kindly to drinking a potion out of a bottle, since, like, the horse doesn't have a problem. It just, like, you kind of give it the bottle, and pretty easily it grips its teeth around and, like, tips it back and tosses its head. But it, like, spits out the bottle into marsh, and it kind of like you can still see its back leg quivering in pain as it recovers 3 hit points. But it is still like you can see like the wounds starting to knot back together, but it's still pretty hurt. But it's probably strong enough that it could continue at least a little bit of the way, but it probably can't, like, I mean, you weren't going to make it to Point of Mayu, but it definitely is going to need to rest tonight to heal and recover. So as the potion like starts to work on Bana, the horse, Choi is just like stroking the horse, and she turns to you and says, thank you so much for rescuing my Bana. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. There's a hut nearby. I think if it's still there, we could probably camp there for the night. I promise it's safe. My family and I used to stay there all the time. It's just another hour or so, maybe. I know we won't be making it as far as we wanted to, but I mean, if we lose the horse, we lose the cart, and then we're kind of stuck out here. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. And she's kind of hyperventilating on y'all again.
Alright. Just throw the wounded horse in the back and get going to the cottage.
2 horses cannot pull this wagon. Or 1 horse cannot pull this wagon on its own.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I'm probably not with the weight of another horse on it. No.
Probably not.
Yes.
So
gotta get him a strength potion.
So the hurt horse Bana can probably make it a little bit further, but he does not need to be pulling this load for like the rest of the day.
I'm getting off and walking.
Okay.
Or I should say limping.
You're doing better. You got 6 hit points back. That's like half your health. You're not feeling great, but you're feeling bruised and beat up, but you're not feeling, like you're about to pass out.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do as Vitani jumps out of the wagon?
We can walk too.
Walk to where?
I meant just walk instead of riding.
Okay. Choi, just as she's still kind of hyperventilating, she is and I'm not even gonna try to hyperventilate and talk because I'll start hyperventilating myself. She through the every other breath, she starts to communicate that there is a hunter's lodge nearby, where that you could probably stay. She says that she hasn't been there in a while, but her family used to come here, and you can tell that she's not that old, so she probably came here in the past 3 or 4 years. So the information is relatively recent. But she says that it's an hour or two's walk from here, and that's probably as far as Bana could make it before he would need to wait. That or you can camp, and she said that she could probably help you find a reinforced or a safer camping spot on higher ground off the road. But it's you guys' choice what you want to do.
That's fine.
Go back in time and take our chances with the bandits.
If only.
What do you guys want to do?
We can stop at that cabin.
At the cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the cabin's our best bet.
I don't think we're going to push the horse to death.
All right. So with the 3 or the 4 of y'all, you hop out of the wagon and you're riding alongside. Obviously the weight of y'all compared to the weight of the safe and all the bags of grain in the wagon isn't making a huge difference for these 2 draft horses. But more so the comfort of Troy, who is standing next to Bana and leading Bana at least along to help him pull. And I assume one of you guys is also going to be leading the other horse along. You guys, over the next couple of hours, kind of make your way through the marshes. Choi, in particular, is using that cantripy spell that you saw her, where she would clean the dirt off of all of the wheels. She's using it in particular on Bana's side, over on the other over helping the other horse, just because obviously Bana is injured. And after an hour or two, y'all roll up outside a it hasn't been tended, but it is structurally sound small cabin. It has a fence around the perimeter, and then it is with a rice paper sliding doors, kind of facing the paper, starting to like have a couple of holes, but not like falling apart, but just like it's been a few years since it's been changed, kind of thing. But it appears to be this abandoned hut, just kind of on alongside this deer track, with like a couple of like tanning stations for pelts left out. There's nothing in them. But Shoya helps you guys lead the wagon into the enclosed fenced area, and starts taking the harnesses off the horses. What do you guys want to do around this house?
Find the nearest bath.
There's probably like an outhouse around. Oh, nearest bath or bathroom?
Bath.
Bath. Okay.
Where's the place I can do a bath?
In the
Yeah, there's probably not like like you might find like a large enough basin, but there's not like a bathtub.
Oh yeah, no.
You could probably find like there's a water pump, and so over time you could probably like bring water into like this large wooden pool that's like outside the house. But it's not like a bathtub. It's like you can sit in it, but it's like really just a big wooden bucket that's large enough to sit in, and so like you can wash and rinse yourself off in there.
Yes.
Okay. What else are you doing?
Resting mostly. Just, combat.
Okay.
Not that I took any damage, but
yeah, Doctor, what are you doing? You have 2 injured patients.
I guess just look after them.
Okay. Quite like obviously everyone's going to heal up over the night, but is there someone that you take a priority in taking care of right now?
Probably the sentient creature first.
All right. What are you telling Vitani so that she can not reopen her wounds?
I have no clue. I'm not an actual doctor.
Pretend you're a medieval doctor.
We're gonna do some bloodletting to help with your bloodletting.
Let's get the leeches.
I mean, you are in a swamp. That probably wouldn't be a problem.
That's what rich people did.
Something about swamp mud being healing.
What?
Swamp mud it's healing. It's magical something. No, all I know is it brought someone back from the dead in American Horror Story.
I could use the ancient healing words that have been passed down by generations, and that is abracadabra.
That works.
So, despite Nathan's bullshitting, Vitani, by the next morning, you start to feel better. Eleanor, is there anything you are working on while you guys are hanging out in this hut, for the evening? Because y'all are there for like a day.
I think it's all a bit too much for her, for Eleanor. So I am I'm going to find somewhere quiet to sit and hope that nobody talks to me.
Oh, that's right, because this too, like, Eleanor, I imagine that, like, once you take this break, because this is the first time Eleanor's used magic. So, like, at first you're just, like, don't hurt the Daholes, but then, like, you're starting to come to the realization that, like, you magically did something to them, and that's a really new phenomena to you. And so, and we'll pretend, for the sake of, like, it not costing any spells, you kind of start messing around with magic, as you're meditating and, like, feeling this new power that's kind of, like, tingling underneath your fingers. And you, like, for the sake of the narrative, you cast, animal friendship on, like, a couple birds and beetles and bugs in the area, and kind of, like, similarly enchant them, with ease, and, like, they're all being civil, it's not the right word, but they're all, like, listening to you and responding to what you say.
Good day, Mr. Beetle.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm just surrounded by little songbirds, like a little Disney princess.
They'll have top hats on.
And then, you don't necessarily, like, cast Goodberry to the extent of, like, you can heal everyone, but you do cast Goodberry, and, like, you turn a normally poisonous plant into something not poisonous, and just effectively are, like, practicing with this newfound magic you have, and the extent of it, for like the rest of the day, as you're, like, coming to terms with the idea of, like, whoa, I just cast kind of thing. Okay. So as the night goes on, Choi obviously has taken a very serious interest in making sure that the horses are okay. She has again prepared extra meals, although this time she, with ease in this hut, kind of starts navigating around the house. Pulls out, like, this seems to be kind of like a community yurt, in which, like, people can just pass through and, like, stay here, because there isn't food per se, but there are, like, cooking supplies and, like, basic hunting supplies. And you see Choi take one of those really big bags of rice out, and to start, she, like, starts boiling and cooking rice for all of you. But then she ties off the bag, and secures it, and then leaves it, at the side, in the kitchen area, as she, like, starts making a curry for dinner for y'all. And she's still, like, really shaken up and nervous, about all of it, and, like, she keeps apologizing, like, I didn't mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get anyone to get hurt. I thought it'd be safer. I should have known. I'm sorry. And just kind of, like, buries herself into, like, cooking and, like, helping you, Nathan, get, like, clean bandages, or, like, make whatever bullshit healing thing you were trying to use. She, like, goes out and hunts down leeches for you, which is whatever you ask her to do. She's just, like, beside herself trying to help all of y'all. And by the time it reaches, like, dinner time, she, like, sets down the bowls, and she's just, like, she seems, like, pretty emotionally spent, and she's just kind of sitting there, like, not even eating, just staring at her food, with, like, just, like, red bags underneath her eyes.
Okay. We just need to get her to calm down. I mean, her helping probably helps, but yeah.
Okay, what are you doing to calm her down?
I don't know, just giving her tasks to do.
Give her a beer.
I don't have that, but we're probably just giving her tasks to do and to help out.
Okay. And so you're just kind of, like, pushing her to give her something to do.
Yeah, since she seems to be incredibly worried about this.
So after dinner, you just, like, continue to, like, encourage her to, like, work on things and, like, just practice her nerves. So by the time that you guys are starting to, like, set up camp and go to sleep, she seems to calm down a little, but she also seems to have gone, like, really quiet. And with that, we're going to wrap up for today. Hey everyone, welcome back to the in session of the podcast. May have noticed this episode was a lot shorter than normal, and that's partially because in combination Emilie was sick, and also we wanted to wrap up kind of early so that Steven, who will be joining us in the next session, or did join us, will be in the next episode, he had less to have to catch up on so that he could get started. And that's the first announcement, is that Stephen Partridge is going to be joining us for the rest of the podcast, and you guys will get to meet his character next session, and I'm really excited for you guys to all get to meet him. We will start having all of his stuff will be on the description if you want to go check him out, and remember all of our players' information is down in the description if you want to, or if you're interested in learning more about what they do. While we are getting a player, we also kind of want to get rid of a player. That's a bad way of putting it, but so Tegan, who's currently playing Nathan Mistwin, our apothecarist, love him pieces. He's my wonderful husband. However, he is not the biggest fan of doing podcasts, and that's fine. He is doing it to support me, to support my book, and support this project, which makes him an amazing person. Just like, whoa. But he's not the biggest fan of it, and we are looking for another player to take his spot, not take over his character, but take his spot on the team. So if you are interested in being in this campaign or in any of our one-shots, or just generally being part of this project, reach out to me on any of our social medias, comment down below. Any and all of it is available there. You'll get to have your own character. You won't have to take over Nathan or anything like that. You'll get to make your own character in setting, and we'll go from there. So, with that said, that's all of our playery news. Going into our other news, I want to always mention that we have a Patreon. Our Patreon first goes to supporting all of the players on the podcast and helping them upgrade their tech so that we can make this a better podcast, and then it goes supporting me so I can financially support the idea of taking more time to edit these podcasts and make them better. But in general, just the idea is that if you support our Patreon, you get access to the uncut sessions in advance, because we're on like a 2-episode backlog currently for this podcast, and you can even watch us while we stream it live. You get access to special Q&As with the players, and then the higher tiers with any guests we have on. Any suggestions you make for one-shots we do obviously get ranked a little bit higher, and you get access to just bonus fun stuff. So that's the stuff you get access to with our Patreon tiers. Be sure to check it out. It helps us so much to make this podcast better. And I really hope you guys check it out and consider supporting the podcast. Last bit of news is we come to the giveaway. And this is third verse, same as the first, considering that no one entered last week's giveaway. Again, this is okay. Like, it's no big deal. But I really do want to start giving away these books because it's a good book and y'all should read it. And I really want to finally give it away to someone. It's super easy to win the giveaway. All you have to do is share any episode of this podcast and send us a screenshot of where you did it. You can send it on any social media or any like chat program. Like, we're considering Discord, but obviously you can't really share a link to where you shared it on Discord, which is why we're doing the screen cap. Or also if you wanted to share the podcast in like an email newsletter. I don't know. That seems like a lot for a small podcast as it is. But if you wanted to do that, we'd love and appreciate that. You can enter as many times as you want. Each separate platform you share it on is an individual entry. And each individual entry is another point in the chance for winning a signed hardback copy of Wordwalkers: The Stolen Secret, which is the book that this setting is based on. Although this book is set about 150 years after this campaign is taking place. But same world, same principles. And so, yeah, you'll get to see, particularly with meeting Steven's characters, there's a lot of fun references because Steven has read this book. And so he has a lot of fun with me with making, not parodies, but references to it, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, if you're interested in winning a free copy of this book, I will mail internationally. Anyone can enter. Like, just seriously, just like hit me up, and we just share the podcast, and the support just means so much to us. It's also a great thing to do if you can't afford to support us on Patreon right now. So with all that said, that's all I've got for you all this week. Be sure that you guys enter the giveaway. Even if you already have a copy of Wordwalkers, enter it. It's a great gift, and with the holidays coming up, like, just, yeah. Going forward, we're going to start doing some one-shots, which we can do into it. I'm not trying to swamp Steven, I promise, because his book just came out, but we are eventually going to do a couple of one-shots in his book setting. We're looking at doing a Legend of Zelda one-shot for Zelda month in November, so if you're interested in being part of that, definitely reach out to me because we're going to be recording in October for it, so let me know. Other than that, that's all the news I got, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!